What is going on, YouTube? Welcome back to my channel. I'm back with another beat breakdown for y'all. This week is a little bit different. Instead of doing the usual R&B, I decided to give y'all some real hip-hop, gritty, grimy, boom bap beats. So let's get right into it. Over the past week, I've had beat block when it comes to making R&B beats. So I decided to do what I typically do just to try to get something going. I just simply change the genre of whatever it is I'm making. And I've been listening to a lot of WestsideGunn's H.E.R Wears Hermes 8. We listened to a lot of Makami, Benny the Butcher, Conway the Machine, those guys. And so I just figured, let me make one of those type beats. So let me show you how I did that. So one of the ways I got a beat block is by looking up a different song that I've been listening to on replay for however long, and I just kind of take those details and make the beat around in that same style and use those same details to kind of make it. So for this one in particular, I went on Google and looked up Margiela Split Toes by WestsideGunn and Makami, and it's kind of took some of the details and went off of that. So really the only thing I did was took the BPM. I made it around there. For this beat, the BPM's around 150, just because for some reason I felt weird about using 148. I don't know why, but I just felt weird about doing it. So I rounded it up by 150. And the first sound that I laid out was some piano chords. Usually the type of beats that WestsideGunn and Makami are on together, they usually are jazzy and use those soul samples that have a lot of major ninths and minor ninths, so I decided to keep in that range of getting like a jazzy feel to it. So what I did was I went to the Analog Lab collection and I went to the American Jazz Concert set, and these are the chords that I laid out. Jazzy, right? Ooh. After I laid that down, I already knew I was in love with it. So after I laid the chords down, I kind of chopped them up with the slice tool, just so I can get a little bit of variation in each of the chords. And then I highlight them with Control A, and then with Alt S, I pulled up the Strummizer window and played around with the strumming effect just so I can give it that real feeling, because I'm not a piano player at all. I just know what I like, and I like when my pianos have a real sound to it, have a real feel to them. After I sent the piano to a mixing channel, I added a EQ to take out the low end and dip some of the mid and low mid frequencies, just because when I first played it, it was a little bit sharp and I didn't want it to be as sharp. Then I added the RC Retro 20 VST, just put it on the Vinyl 3 preset, and lowered the noise, the wobble, turned up the distortion quite a bit. Then I slightly added the small room verb effect on the effect rack. And this is what it sounds like all together. I know y'all hear that. I know y'all hear that. It sounded really good without the effects, but once you add the effects to give it that old vinyl and jazzy feel to it, it just sounds a whole lot better. And for there, my brain just started kicking into overdrive and just started moving at 100 miles per hour, and I just went. The next thing I did was added some counter melodies just to give it a little bit of variation. It's coming together, and with that, I left these pianos in the same mixing channel as the first piano chords, just so I wanted to have the same sound effects, same feeling, and everything like that. I didn't want anything to change. After that lovely melody was put together, I just threw in the drums. Now, if you're looking to make this type of beat and looking to make a boom bap gritty grimy beat, I would suggest going to the Drum Broker website and looking up the Beat Butcher set. Now, the Drum Broker website, it has a whole bunch of drum kits and samples for this type of beat, and the Beat Butcher set is nasty. It's gritty, it's grimy, and they hit so hard. So if you're trying to make one of these beats, I highly suggest going on Drum Broker and picking up some of these sound packs and drum kits. That will make your beat sound a whole lot more authentic and make it sound like it's that type of vibe. Now, usually whenever I throw in a drum loop, I usually chop it up and kind of make it my own. But for this one, I felt like I didn't need to do anything with it. I just kept it simple and like, you know what? It sounds perfect just the way it is. So the next thing I did was simply just add a little bit of bass. After I added the bass, I sent it to another mixing channel and I just rolled out all of the high frequencies. Taking out all the high frequencies, you just hear the bass. You don't hear any of the high frequencies at all. You don't hear any of the rumble. You don't hear any of the, I don't even know what to call it. But you get the point. All you hear is the bass itself, and it kind of blends in a whole hell of a lot better if you take out the high end versus leaving the high end in there. And the final piece, I just simply added a open hi-hat. This beat was fire. This beat came out a whole hell of a lot better than I thought it would have. I could definitely hear WestsideGunn spitting his shit on here and hearing Makami just float over it and just use that same monotone to rap the way he usually raps. I love it. Go ahead and hit that like button and comment down below if you like this beat and if you got any tips from this beat and if you got any tips from me. Also, subscribe if you want to get more weekly videos like this. I also post just regular beats throughout the week just to get it out there for y'all to listen to. And anything else, that's it. Peace.